Welcome to today's review. Uh, today the book is The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue by uh, Mackenzi Lee. Okay, I'm going to be looking down because I have my notes here. Okay, so sorry. Okay, so this book is a young adult book. Is 501 pages long. And the story takes place in the 1700s. It starts in England, but it also touches other countries in Europe. The book follows Henry Montagu, also known as Monty, throughout the book. Monty, they call him Monty. He's a handsome young man who, of course, knows he's handsome. He's self-centered, he's arrogant, he's selfish, and he's an expert manipulator as well. It also follows Percy, who's Monty's best friend, and it follows Felicity, Monty's younger sister. The story is told from Monty's point of view, and we begin with Monty. He's about to start his year-long tour around Europe with his best friend Percy. Monty thinks he'll have a whole year to do whatever he wants with Percy, but of course soon he finds out that his father has other plans for him. Since he knows, his father knows that Monty likes to drink, gamble, smoke, in worst of all boys. He made a plan, and he brought in another guy so that he can be his so he can be the person in charge of the scheduling and the everything, pretty much, so that he can keep Monty in line throughout the trip. The man's name is Mr. Lockwood. So his father and Mr. Lockwood agreed to no drinking, no tobacco, no nothing, pretty much, throughout the trip. Also, Monty's father decides to have a little talk with him, and in private, he tells them that aside from the no tobacco, no drinking, no gambling, no nothing, there will also be no more boys. Because, like Monty has been seen by a few people, having his little things going on with boys, and it's like, no, because it's the 1700s. So yeah, the father wants this trip of Monty to be like, I guess, a way of curing him from liking boys. I don't know. Also, to Monty's disappointment, his sister is coming with them, and they just hate each other, pretty much. They do. So the trip is like, Monty thought it was going to be this wonderful thing. I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want. I'm going to be just having fun for a whole year. No parents, nothing. Woohoo! It turned into this very controlled trip for him. So the trip starts like that, with Monty, pissed off because of all the sudden changes that are going to happen to his trip. And then they arrive to Paris, and then Monty does one stupid thing after the other. Because of that stupid thing, then everything goes to crap for all of them. And that's where their adventures through Europe begin. The trip was supposed to be like going to this place and this place and this place, and then because of what Monty did, it just turns into a completely different thing. So we have Monty, Percy, and Felicity going through these, being placed into these different scenarios that they have never been into, and they never thought they would be a part of. So it's like for them, it's a very different experience than what the experience they thought they were gonna have, or even the trip they thought they were gonna have, because it's just completely different. So the plans, just everything went to shit pretty much. They are forced to experience the world in ways they have never experienced it before, because you know they're like high class and stuff. So yeah, they are forced to, they go through things that they would have never gone through. And also some secrets get revealed along the way on the trip, which make things worse for Monty. So the pros of this book, I'm gonna start with that. The pros are, okay, it was an easy read. It was well written in my opinion. The book was extremely funny. Monty's point of view is he's just a funny person because he's so dramatic. Like everything is life or death to him. Like the most minuscule thing, he's like, oh my god, I'm going to die because of this. Not die physically, but this will be the death of me. You know, like he is a very dramatic young guy. The characters also felt real, especially Monty. For a young person like him in the book, he did feel real. He did feel like he was living in that age that everything is everything, well, yeah, everything is life or death, or everything is like a huge deal, and that's him. Everything, oh my god, it's like, I was just laughing the whole time with him, with his the way he sees the world and the way that he experiences things. It was funny and sad at times. Descriptions in this world, or the worlds, because they're not just in one spot. They felt real to me. So yeah, I appreciated that, because I was transported to the different worlds these characters have to be in. Especially Monty describing how hard it is to sleep on the floor or stuff like that. I really like him. The book explores the struggles of being a person of color, the struggles of being, you know, a woman, and the struggles of being a gay person or a bisexual person in that time. We had a little bit of that. Also, we had a little bit of feminism and a little bit of white male privilege in the book. I feel like those themes are explored a little bit in there. It also explores the way people used to deal with certain illnesses. Also, in my opinion, it was a good love story. It has a lot. It has romance in it, so it was a good romance story, good love story. And it also showed, not fully, not completely, but it showed a little bit of character development in my opinion, when it comes to the main character. Yeah. Now the cons, in my opinion, are, it felt like it was dragging on towards the end to make it longer, but this fucking book is long as hell already. Like, look at it. It's a thick book. But it felt like towards the end, I was like, okay, just fucking get there. Just fucking... just be done with everything. Like, just don't keep dragging. That's how it felt. At times, it felt that it was dragging on just to make it longer, just to make the story. And I was like, oh, just fucking finish this shit already. Like, oh my god, like, just stop. Like, stop trying to make more things happen. Just fucking wrap it up. So I think it could have been a little shorter, and I would have been fine with that. But it's okay. It's okay if it's that's what I felt like, and it's fine, because I can forgive it because I like the story. Another con, in my opinion, is that the way the writer portrayed Monty's past, like his traumatic and sad past, was not. It was too vague for me to feel truly sorry for him. I feel like sometimes it was really vague, and I was like, who the fuck is she talking about? Like, who is this person? Like, who is this person who hurt him? Or who is this person who did these things? Because it was just like left to the imagination, or I guess she was trying to make it so that we could be like, oh shit, I get it. It's like, oh my god, it was this person. But at the same time, it could have been other people, because of what you see in the story. It couldn't. It's just like, I wish she had explored that more than just say, cling to this one instance of this thing happening, and she just clinged on to that, and then just kept bringing it up and bringing it up and bringing it up. And it's like, okay, if it happened just once, then yeah, it's not like it is still abuse, but it's not as big of a deal as she's trying to make it. Because it's like, okay, if this boy has been tormented and all these types of things throughout his life, then there should be more instances, like when he was little, how he felt when he was little, or like when he was. It's just like she just keeps bringing this one thing that happened, and it's like, but when you're abused, you can recall all the. It's not just one thing. You recall many fucking things that happened to you, especially when you were a child, or especially when you were young, like preteen. You start recalling shit like that, because that's when you start to feel like you start developing your own personality and your own thoughts and your like everything. But even when you're a child, you can still tell that this person doesn't like you, or this person is treating you like shit or whatever. But I just felt like she didn't. She should have explored that, but like in different ways, not just this one instance. Another con is that I don't know if Monty will be everyone's cup of tea because of the way he is. I found him funny, but I often find characters like him, which you could call them assholes, depending also on how the way they are and the way they describe things and stuff. I can find them funny. But some people, they just have no fucking time for people like that. They're like, just, you're not a fucking asshole, and bye, and they just hate the character. So I don't know if he'll be everybody's cup of tea. Another person that comes to mind when I think about him, for example, it could be I think it could be kind of like Jaime Lannister. It could be Eric from the Suki Stackhouse series or True Blood. It could be Lestat from, the Vampire Chronicles series, or the Vampire Lestat, or the Interview with a Vampire. Who else is a dick, but it's funny? I don't know, but it's like it kind of sounds kind of like that. But to me, those characters are funny, and I like them because yeah. But yeah, a lot of people I know, they're like, yeah, whatever, this person who is a dick, but oh my god, and it has a soft heart, and all kinds of shit. So my final thoughts are, I did like this book. I'm going to keep it. I'm not gonna throw it away because I like this story. So I'm going to possibly read it again. So I'm keeping it. And I would recommend it. I think it's an easy read. I think it's fun. It's a fun story, and it's entertaining. So yeah, I would recommend it. Yeah, that's it for me. And The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue by Mackenzi Lee. Thank you. Bye.